factor development. Students, in the last video, we have already studied about the comparison made between different countries. How the classification is made by the World Bank. We have already studied how the United Nations Development Report was published by the Human Development Report has highlighted the different parameters for the development of a person and how the different goals can be achieved by the different nations to be called and to get the status of developed country or the developing country. So students, we have seen that how the people living in the different countries, they differ in different aspects, different parameters. We have already discussed about the conditions. We have already discussed about the civic amenities. We have already discussed about the facilities that should be provided by the government. Government has the responsibility to provide all such infrastructure to get the all-round development of an individual. If human development would be there, then we can say that more of the people would be helping and contributing in the development process. So students, today you can see that the next topic, the next basic important topic that we people have is related to the public facilities. See, you can see this slide, what all public facilities is required, basic facilities are required for the development of a nation. Every nation should have all such basic facilities, and it is the responsibility and the duty of the government to provide all these basic facilities to the people. So when we talk about the public facilities, these are the basic civic amenities that should be provided by the government. See students, the money in your pocket cannot buy all the things. Students, we have already seen that how the materialistic monetary aspects of money cannot buy all the things that we need for our development. Every individual has different development goals. See students, if you have a money, I have already cited this example earlier also, we have seen that if you wanted to buy the pollution free environment, can you buy it? Yes, there is somebody has given answer, no, we cannot buy that pollution free environment. Unadulterated goods, unadulterated medicine, and the things that we people are consuming in everyday life, all such goods and all those services you cannot buy with the help of money. So students, there are so many examples that we people have. Pollution free environment, and you cannot escape yourself from the infectious diseases. You cannot prevent yourself with the help of money if there is a pollution all around to you. You cannot safeguard yourself. So money cannot protect in all the aspects to the people living in a country. So collectively we can say that the government should provide all these basic facilities for the common people. The government should generate, the government should create, government should establish, government should construct all these basic facilities for the collective use of the public. Students, we can see that in the last videos we have already studied about the literacy rate, we have already studied about the health facilities, net attendance ratio, and the comparison between the different countries. And this could be possible development. Human development would be possible only when we are going to have all these basic facilities that you can see on the screen. We should have a transport, we should have health, we should have education facility, the government institutions, rationing, you know it, public distribution system. As you already know, during this pandemic situation in COVID-19, when the situation of the people have become very worse, then at this time the government is providing a rationing to them. Free rationing is provided by the government. We have already seen that last 3 months the government has provided the free rationing public distribution system, and this is a free rationing is provided to all those people who need the government's help. And with the further notice, we have seen that latest the PM Modi, Narendra Modi ji has again declared that for another 5 months a rationing would be provided till November. A free rationing would be provided to the people who really need the help of the government. So we can say that the government's responsibility, government really plays a very important role in providing the basic facilities. Every individual cannot purchase, cannot buy, cannot create, and individual cannot construct all these facilities for himself or herself. You can see, students, what the public facility is, why we call it a public facilities. You can see that public facilities, the basic education, the elementary education, the basic education, you know that up to the age of 14 years government is providing a free education. And you can see that basic health facilities are also provided by the government. Public health centers, public hospitals and civil hospitals. Government's responsibility to maintain the law and order and to provide the security. You know that we have a police, we have an army, we have navy. So it is the responsibility of the government to maintain law and order so that the people living in a nation, people living in a country can lead a very good life and a comfortable life, and they can live, and whatever potential they can grow, that can be easily done if the law and order and security is provided to them. And you can see that another topic that we have is a public distribution system, PDS system. Public distribution system really plays a very important role in the development of a nation. There are many people out there who are unemployed, who have lost their employment opportunities at this situation, at present scenario. So at this time, the PDS system really plays a very important role, whereas the government is not charging any money. Earlier in a PDS system, the government used to charge a very minimal amount of money, but now the government is giving a rationing to the people free of cost. And you can see that almost more than 80 crores of people were benefited with the rationing system that is given by and introduced by, announced by the Prime Minister. You can see what is public facilities. I am defining it here. Public facilities are those facilities which are not possible for any individual to access at economic cost. So government provides such facilities to the public to ensure quality of life and for the development of the country. See, students, when we are talking about an individual cannot make those facilities at his own cost. At an individual cost, we cannot make it. Suppose if I want to go to Delhi. Am I going to construct a road and then I am going to go there? If I fall sick, Do I'm going to construct or I'm going to establish a hospital and I'm going to appoint the doctor or the nurses, then I'm going to go and going to get a treatment there? No. Cleanliness, drinking facility, electricity, all such railways. If you really wanted to use all these basic facilities, civic amenities, then you can say that an individual cannot make and can create at his own cost, at his own economic cost. An individual cannot do it. Collectively, when the government makes, all these facilities are collectively used by the crores of people, hundreds of people. They use these public facilities. So it's not only one man is using, the entire population living in the country, they are using it. So public is using it. So public facility, we call it a public facilities. You can see that these facilities are essential for the social and economic development of an individual. Without these facilities, people cannot achieve their full potential. If I wanted to go for a work, I wanted to acquire an education, and the school or a university is 100 kilometers away from here, so if roads would not be there, how would you reach there? Your efficiency would not be properly utilized. You have a potential, but you are not using it. So the person will not be able to use his full potential if these basic facilities would not be provided by the government. See student, these facilities are important for maintaining law and order, cleanliness, quality of life, access and comfort to the common man. All these things are provided so that the people have the accessibility to different places. Roads are provided to have the accessibility to different places. Railways are provided so that different goods can be sent from one place to another place. Goods, railways and airways and the waterways, they help in lot extent in providing the goods and services from the surplus area to the deficit areas. So, and all these facilities makes the life comfortable for the people. These facilities help in bringing up the people and give them opportunity of which they are otherwise devoid of. They are devoid of. They will not be able to get it. They will not be getting if they will not be getting all these facilities. So there are many places which are devoid of such condition in that their potential will not be upshined, and that is why it is the responsibility of the government to provide these public facilities. So some public facilities examples are roads, railways, electricity, water, educational facilities, housing and nutritious food. And all these things are basically provided by the government. So students, here we have a list of supporting infrastructure that is provided by the government so that there should be a full potential should be developed of all the humans, the entire population. The potential of the population should be developed. You can see that we have a transportation. To have a transportation, you need to have these facilities: roads, bridges, tunnels, rail tracks, ports, harbors, airports, distribution centers. All these plays a very important role, and to get an easy transportation of goods and services, these all things plays a very important role. And port areas, harbors, airports, different centers where the distribution is going on, and of people get all those things which they really require for their satisfaction of their needs. Number 2, you can see we have a water supply. You know that we live on the third planet, watery planet. 2/3 of our earth is covered with water. Without water, the survival of the human beings is not possible. Not only that, not only human beings, plants, animals, birds, aquatic animals, everybody needs water supply. So flora, fauna will be grown only if you have a good water supply to them. So for that you need to have to preserve the water. We need to have dams, reservoirs, pipes, treatment plants where the contaminated water is treated. All these things are required to get the facilities and to make the people avail of these facilities. So for a water supply, these things are required, and an individual, one person, if he need water and he wanted to reserve it and he wanted to prevent it from the contamination, he cannot create all these things at his own economic cost. It would be extremely impossible. It is next to impossible that they will not be able to get it. Water disposal, whatever the waste water that we people have, if drainage system would be not there, sewerage would not be there, then it would be highly difficult to attain it. So it becomes very easy to say that government is not providing anything, or government is not doing anything, or what the government is providing. But you can see a list of things that we people have. It's only few things that we have that the government is providing, and for all these things to meet the needs of the common people and the people living in a country, all these things are very important, and an individual cannot create all such things. He may be billionaire or he may be millionaire, he may not create all such things for his survival. We have an irrigation facilities. For that you need to have a dams, because by irrigation we are saying, if you say irrigation is an irrelevant and it is not a public facility, then the food that you people are getting and the public distribution system that is carried out by the government, or the food grains that we people are consuming, that comes through the good irrigation facilities. If good irrigation facilities would be there, the prices of the goods would not be high, and at a reasonable price we'll get the things. So irrigation, for getting in better irrigation facilities in the entire country, government creates dams, reservoirs, canals are created, and the sprinkling systems are created. Many arid areas and semi-arid areas where we have a less of rainfall, Indira Gandhi Canal, if you remember in Rajasthan, Indira Gandhi Canal plays a very important role in all those areas where the supply of water is very low and the rainfall is very less. Now, the another important thing that we people have, garbage disposal. Every day you can see that we have a bulk of garbage when we are living in, or vegetable waste, or household waste, and different waste are there. For that also, to treat that waste, every domestic waste, you can see that the garbage that we throw, that we have landfills, recycling facilities, incinerators, and the compost units are made, where you can see that the waste and the garbage is treated by the government. Otherwise, if all these things would not be created, a country would become a big dustbin. Telecommunication. How will you communicate to the people? You must have heard that earlier the people were not able to communicate with them, and they used to write letters, and that letters also telegrams, and that also reaches in many days. Not only that, prior to that, different animals or birds, pigeons, kabutar, they were used to send the messages to different places, and very small things you can chat, and messages can be sent, and that also takes a long time. But you can see the communication system, satellite connection, different satellite towers are created. Different exchange lines, telephone exchange lines are created, oceanic cables are there, and towers created, fiber optic cables, web servers, so that you get all those facilities, advanced facilities like computers and internet, all these facilities and net facilities that you can easily get through the facilities and the basic infrastructure that provided by the government. Power supply, without electricity you cannot imagine a world. If suppose if light goes for an hour, our life become hell, you cannot survive. So think of the person, if he may be as rich as, but he cannot create his own electricity plant and transmission centers and the distribution lines. So it is really it is very easy to say that government is only providing health facilities and the education facilities. These are the other supporting infrastructures that we have, and we people have directly or indirectly. We have never thought of that what the government is doing, where the government is spending a lot of money. So you can see that a few list of things that these are the public facilities only, indirect public facilities that the government is providing. Government is creating all the other infrastructure in maintaining law and order, different police stations and municipal councils and municipal centers, cleaners, sweepers, different houses units, banking system. All these units are provided. These all are the basic civic amenities that the government is providing. Parks that government is providing, basic lines, roads and street lights, all these things are provided by the government so that a person can have a safe and secure life. So all these things come under public facilities. Students, you can see that again I am going to repeat the same quote. Money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. I hope you have now easily understood and you have realized that you cannot live without the public facilities and without the help of the government. Government has to create, government has to provide all these facilities, and it is very easy to point out towards the government that government is not doing anything. What the government is doing? Government is a corrupt government where the money that we people, the tax that we people are paying, where that money goes. So you can see that there are so many things that you people are using and you are not calculating it, and you are not understanding the potential of the government. So one of the example that I have already quoted, pollution-free environment, you cannot get it. Unadulterated medicines without mixing, milawat, unadulterated medicines you are getting it, you cannot buy it with the help of the money. And the quality medicines you can buy with the help of only the quality. But when it is not manufactured, from where you are going to manufacture the unadulterated medicines? You cannot have your own plant, you cannot ask the scientists, or you cannot ask the laboratories to make the unadulterated medicines for you. Okay, so all these things, the protection from the infectious diseases, how you are going to protect yourself in this situation, in this pandemic situation, when the corona is there. People cannot save themselves as much as money they may have, but there is no vaccination for it, and you cannot save yourself if you are not going to take the precautions and if you are not going to protect yourself. So public facility is really important. You can see, students, we have already seen that Kerala has a low infant mortality rate. Because why? What is the reason behind it? Punjab has a better per capita income. Their income is good, and agrarian society, and very good in agriculture. Extreme maximum production takes place there, and but despite that also you can see that Punjab is not having all those facilities, all the other attributes that is required in a society. So Kerala has low infant mortality rate. Students, we already know infant mortality rate when the infant dies before the age of 1 on 1,000 of population. So Kerala has, suppose, whatever 13, or in different census we have a different figures are there. When we compared in the last slides, we have already compared that Kerala is much better in the different attributes of the as compared to the Punjab. Why Kerala has a low infant mortality rate? Because it has an adequate provision of basic health facilities. Basic health facilities, better education facilities are there. People are more educated, people are more literate there. That is why they really understand the health of the people, and they really respect to women for living a good life and a quality life. So that is why Kerala has a low infant mortality rate, because they have a better provisions of basic health facilities and education facilities. If you can see, when we are talking about the literacy rate, Kerala we have discussed, Punjab we have discussed, Bihar also we have discussed. This is the another state that we have taken in terms of education. In terms of education, we have taken another important state, that is Uttar Pradesh, UP. Yogi Adityanath, the CM of Uttar Pradesh. So you can see that, see students, the literacy rate with the rural population. See, if you are going to see the literacy rate in male and female students, India is a patriarchal society where it is a male dominating. What is a patriarchal society? It is a male dominating society. All the important decisions are taken by males, not the females. Okay, so we have seen that the literacy rate in India is higher in males, and females are lesser. Okay, we have a low literacy rate in the female group. So in UP also you can see that among the males in the rural area, 76% of the people are literate, whereas when we count and we see among females, we have 54% of the female, they are literate. In the rural, if we see the children between this age group, 10 to 14 years, 90% of the boys, young boys, they are literate. In females, you can see that again there is a decline. 87% of the female girls The girl group, they are low, that is 87%. And the number of children who are attending this school, boys, they are more attending it, and we have 82% in the female. 82% in the female group. So students, you can see this is blanks. Study it. Study the table properly and fill it up. Okay. See student, this is the table that I have given you to understand and analyze that how the World Bank has classified the countries. You know that the World Bank has made the classification on the basis of the income. So when we are talking about on the basis of the income, we have rich countries, we have the low middle or you can call it a middle countries, middle income countries, or you can call low income countries. Number one means rich countries. Number two means low middle income countries, middle income countries. And number three means low income countries, low income countries. So you can see this group on the basis of the World Development Report. World Bank has classified rich, low middle and low income groups. You can see that where India stands on second position. And we have the population. It is of the year of 2015. You can see that. Otherwise, you can see that 137 crores of population. 137 crore of population we have. But here we have 131. The figure is 131 because this is the census of 2015. These figures are of you can see different censuses are also highlighted here. You can see that the median age that we people have is 24. We almost an average age that we people take it out. Then we have the per capita income that we have 1590. And we have already discussed that the low income countries are US dollar 955 and below, they are low income countries. Whereas in India you can see that in the earlier slide I have told you 1820, I think 1820 dollars India has, but this is the figure of, I have told you 2017, but this figure is of 2015, so 1590. In no case it really matters because we are on the low middle income countries, and you can see that children per women, average children in a country, almost two and a half children with the population we have, percentage of the urban section of the people, and the life expectancy that we people have in India is 68 years. This is the expected age that a person lives, average life expectancy we expect a person. So this is how, or you can see that there are other countries also there. We have the entire world, and this figures of the world we have taken out. That if we see the entire figure of the world, we have a lesser life expectancy. This may be possible only because of we may not have better health facilities and good educational institutions. So you can just go through these different status or the statistical datas. So students, I have given you this assignment. So go through it, study all the facts and files and slides given to you. Maybe you get it or you may not get it in the your book. So refer those slides and the content that is given to you.